Hi there. I just wanted to share a swap I did for one of my junk journaling groups that I'm in, where we make something and then we're given instructions on how to do it, and then we swap it with another person in the group who interprets their own take on the instructions. So it's like an equal swap. So this is what I have here. It's a February swap page. So it's love or Valentine's theme, and today is February 10th. It's going out in the mail today, so hopefully it'll get to the recipients a day or so before Valentine's Day, if not right on. So I made this little swap tag. There's my recipient's name, and the group is called the Junkers Craft Co-op. So the card, I bundled it together like this. I found this really pretty twine string. I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want to take up too much time here. So that just slides off. And this is the page swap itself. So the instruction was to do an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and fold it in half. And the recipient can add signatures to it or do whatever they want with it, or maybe create a book of the whole year of every month where they've participated in this monthly swap. So for my Valentine's theme, I took some quilting fabric and I sewed it together, and then I cut out a heart, and then I did some decorative, I call it wonky stitching with my sewing machine. And there's the back of it. It doesn't look as tidy, but I did want to put some pretty paper back there, so it wasn't awful. So, and then I used some food packaging wrap. This was a Ritz cracker paper, plastic sleeve, and I just sewed it in here to just give it some little, girth to this little card that tucks in here. I put the date in there. I don't know if you can see. It says February 14th, 2021. So this is just simple scrapbooking paper. I did a stamp on it that my daughter had given to me for Christmas, and then there's some iridescent spray I put over this to just give it some more interest. So so when you open, and then I stitched this pocket on where my little heart tucks in, and then inside of here, I don't see this too well, sorry if that looks too crazy, the 8.5 by 11 page opens up, and I added some more interest by I put a pocket in here, and I put a floral ephemera piece in there, and then I have this Valentine's Day journaling card. I put a brad in there, and then just put in some lined paper so you can write little notes in there if you wanted. All right, so that tucks in there. And on the other side of my fold over, I made, they call this like a belly band, but I actually stitched it on here and then down here, and then in the middle, I divided this whole length in half by using some fabric glue, so I was able to create two different tucks. So there's one tuck of a homemade tag, Valentine's theme, with some music paper in the back. And then it doesn't go down further because it's been glued here with the fabric tack glue. I put a little piece of ephemera on here, and then here's another homemade card. There's actually two, I should say. And this belly band was stitched on some old binding ribbon that I think it's for like baby blankets or whatever. It was very old and vintage, tattered and worn. It was really, like, if you saw it without this other stuff on top of it, you'd see, oh, it looks ugly. But I created some interest with some lace that I stitched over it, and then this was a some floral ribbon that it was like leaves. It was very delicate, so I had to stitch a zigzag over it. So it's like 3 layers. And so my ribbons are keeping with the theme of like just kind of French, which you see in the writing in the back. I've got the Eiffel Tower. This is a piece of washi tape I made out of masking tape or painter's tape, and I put it on top of an old book page. It was a Black Beauty book from vintage 1940 something. I put some old bric-a-brac and lace that I got from an antique sale a few months ago. I talked about that in another video. And this is die cut butterflies. This purple is from some flowers I had received. It was wrapped around the flowers, but it had a great texture to it. It kind of feels like a laundry sheet, like a laundry softener sheet. And then tissue paper that I cut out, and then underneath it is a blue piece of cardstock to give it some more stability. So that goes in there. And then the other card I made, this is out of a piece of manila stock folder, and I did some distress ink sprays. You can see, just like I did the masking tape that I made homemade washi tape out of, I did a little ticket that I stamped, and that was kind of fun. And then there's some more vintage ribbon and binding, seam binding. So I thought it matched, that picked up that greenish citron color in the back. And on the back side, I made a 3-way pocket. The pocket has another journaling card I made with some piano roll paper, and I stamped over it. I drew some lines on the other paper, and so somebody can do some journaling on that. And then I put a vintage stamp on there, and a vintage library card, and a little butterfly out of a mini postcard with some of that vintage ribbon. And this is a double pocket I created with some vintage trim, fabric trim. I guess it's like bric-a-brac, but it's not zigzag, it's swirls. And then some old paper. So that was one. And I did 2 others that are very similar. So I don't know if I should bother showing you those, but I did 3 swaps. Oh, I also had in each one, I made a little extra pouch of things. This one has a necklace I made, a trading card, a ATC they call it. I made some altered paper clips. Let me set this down. See if I set this down without dropping it. This is an altered paper clip. So it's got a piece of floral leaf and then a die cut heart. And then inside of here, well, you'll see. That's just miscellaneous ephemera. And then I used a little glassine bag. I put some Valentines. I did a little saying. And in the glassine bag, I just threw in some extras because I wanted it to be fun for the recipient. So there's a little wooden heart, I deconstructed a floral pillow that got ripped, and I'm going to use these. I'm using these for other things. Sorry about that. And then another altered paper clip that can slide over something like that. And this is a little pocket I made out of a paper towel roll. Right in there, you can put something in there. And there's some vintage paper. I made a little envelope. It's like a trifold. And some little pieces of paper and cut up lace I did in a snippet roll. Extras. I know that the recipient will do something crafty with those things. This is a pocket I made out of book page. No, it was an envelope. So she can put that down. There's some Valentine stickers. I just tried to keep it fun, and some extra glassine bags. So that's what the recipient will receive. I did 2 others very similar to this. The only thing that's really different is that the paper's different, but a lot of the same elements. So without keeping this too long, I just wanted to show what I made. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.